Hi gang, we are here to try the fairy stone again, but I wanted to try something different rather than a clear push. I was going to hit it with my heat gun. I was working on something else and accidentally hit something with my heat gun and thought, wow, this may work. So that's what we're here to do. First thing I did is I colored the outside of my mold with this color shift sapphire blue from Resin, and then I went over top of it with the Pearl X Duo Aqua Blue. I just tapped it on my trash can, and then I'm just going to give it a quick cleanup just to make sure I don't have any left in the mold that might interfere with my pour. I use this little brush to do it. Just brushed it right on. A lot of people ask about painting molds with mica powder. It's very simple to do, and it will come right off with the resin. And that looks about good. All right, sorry. I thought I had everything ready to go, and then I forgot this step. All right, so I'm going to use 3 colors and my white. My white's going to be Ocean White by Let's Resin. I have to put the bottle on its side so I'll be able to use it because I'm running out. My first color is going to be, I think it's Bahama Breeze from Mermaid Trash. I'm just giving a good mix, and I'm just going to drop 2 drops into my cup. I'm using 9 ounces of a 1-to-1 resin Texpert. I put almost 2 ounces in my white cup, and then I divided the rest amongst my other cups. Well, 2 drops may not quite be where I want to be, so I'm going to do 2 drops more. I just don't want to make it too heavy. All right, I'll give it a stir. And I want to make sure I keep it transparent. And this one, if I add a bunch, it does get kind of opaque. All right, make sure it's mixed in all the way. And there we have that. Next, I'm using from Octopus Fluids Mystery Blue. It sort of has a purple tint to it. It's one of my favorite colors to use. I'm going to give this 6 drops. These are really nice, but they're not a heavily pigmented, not like a pigment paste. So you have to use a little bit more to get some good color. It's just a resin ink. I get mine from Laura's Art Corner in the United States. All right, and there's our blue. Next, one of my new favorite colors, a resin ink, again, Octopus Fluids, and this is Smurf. And I'm going to use 5 drops of it. Isn't that pretty blue? I could make it darker, but I want to keep it sort of translucent, so I'm not going to go any darker. All right. And then last but not least, our white. Make sure it's ready to go, and I'm going to do 2 pea-sized drops. Not quite down. All right, 2 pea-sized drops. And again, that's my Let's Resin Ocean White. Give it a good stir. And in addition this time, after I've mixed my white really well, I am going to add some shimmer, Magnolia Shimmer that I also got from Laura's Art Corner. Looks pretty good. And that is this. And I'm going to add a pretty good spoonful of it. It's a very lightweight shimmer, so it doesn't have a huge impact on your white. Make sure it's mixed in good. And that's done. All right. So now I'm just going to pour my colors into the mold. And I'm going to start with the purplish color, or the purple color. It's purplish pink, I guess. And I'm going to go up a little bit on the sides of the mold. And then just pour the rest. Then the mystery blue. And last but not least is my Smurf. I didn't quite fill the mold, but that's okay. It's a thick mold anyway. So when I'm done pouring this, you'll see it's not quite full, but that is fine. Now I'm going to give it a touch of heat because I did just pour a bunch of stuff in there rather quickly. I want to knock some bubbles out. Might need another hit. The one thing, Texpert, the 1-to-1 resin, it's a thicker viscosity, and anytime you have a little bit thicker of a viscosity, you do tend to get more bubbles. All right. All right, I have my 6-ounce cup, my 8-ounce piping bag. I'm gonna go ahead and pour this right in. Remember, we don't want this getting thick. We want to use it, I usually have it about 30 degrees Celsius. Push it down into my bag. Give it a really tight twirl. So it doesn't come back into my hand. Then I'm going to give it a snip to get the top off, just a very small piece, because this is going to be thin, so it's going to come out somewhat fast. So I don't want a huge hole. All right, now we're going to start. I'm going to start near the edge. I've got a little bit of a glare from my light. Let's see if I can, sorry gang. All right, that's a little bit better. All right, after I put my first layer of dots down is where I do my new little thing. Instead of putting a push, let me just set this down for a minute. I'm going to take my heat gun and just stir it around. All right. And now I'm going to start again. right, I'm done with my dots, I think. Let me just check. I've still got a little left, so I'm just gonna go take a peek through. Make sure I put as much I can down. Look for any blank or empty spaces, and honestly, I don't see any. All right, then this again. And that's it. And then we will see what happens. It should just swirl it around, kind of act as a push, but we'll see how it works out. All right, gave it a hit of heat, and then we'll come back in about 8 hours because the mold is thick, so it'll cure a little faster, at least enough to take it out of the mold. And we'll see what, if anything, happened. All right, we are back to see how the heat gun did with the center of this. I'm not very confident that anyone will ever see this video, but we'll see. Maybe I got lucky. Maybe a heat gun instead of a clear push works. But let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, wow. Look at that. Just look at that. That's absolutely gorgeous. So pretty. That came out perfect, don't you think? Oh my goodness. I love it. And the heat gun sort of separated to allow the clear color to come out there. Nice. I think I'll definitely be doing that again.